And hello everyone, Froglegs back with another video. Today I've got kind of a more open-ended video. Could use y'all's opinion too. Definitely, but as the title says and the thumbnail, are sorties worth your time in Warframe? Now sorties are daily missions, which I'm sure you all know, which give a variety of rewards, and they're a consequence, or not consequence, a sequence of 3 missions.
You have loyalty issues, Taro. My Zanuga
Oh,
project
here's
will
Alad V.
fix that for you.
Anyway, so these are the rewards: common, an Ayaton Anasa sculpture, which gives you about 3.2k Indo once you fully set it with both the Amber and Cyan stars. A Riven mod. Riven mods are nice, but a lot of the time they're fodder for horrible weapons that you'll never use, and or you'll never get worthwhile rolls on them for like priority stats on the weapon. Riven mod is basically Warframe's version of gambling. Uncommon. I think this is like a 20% rarity, something around there. First was... actually, I think first is 50. Second's 25. Third's 5th. Nope, that's not right. Because I know legendary is 1%. I think rare is like maybe 10, common maybe like 30, and common around 55 or something. I don't know. Anyway, uncommon rewards are a 3-day booster. Don't get me wrong, that's actually very useful. Depends what the booster is, though. For a lot of later game players, an affinity booster isn't gonna help very much, really. Or a credit booster, because once you're in the late game, you have more credits than you know what to do with, really. Resource drop booster is always great, but yeah. 4,000 Indo. As an uncommon reward, that's really not that much. I would expect more, to be honest. And then 6,000 Kuva as the final uncommon reward is really just underwhelming, to be honest. There's so many other places you can get Kuva on a weekly basis, and the list just timed out. And 6,000 Kuva just does not feel like a lot. Once a week you can get like 30,000 Kuva from Iron Wake, and that's not even its primary purpose. That's just a side thing. But yeah. And then for rares, Exilus Warframe adapter. That's good. That's a good drop, I would say. A singular forma is a horrible drop. Sorry for anyone who gets that. Orokin Catalyst and Orokin Reactors are good. And the Legendary Core, which will fully max out any mod, which you should only be using on select mods that take like 40 or upwards 1,000 Indo to fully max out. So this can be treated as basically 40,000 Indo. Which is good, but Legendary is 1%, and from the statistics I've seen of people, all anecdotal by the way, but it seems like the percentage of getting that Legendary Core is not quite 1%, which is what it's advertised as. For my research, it's been about 0.5 at the most for people. So really, the rewards are underwhelming. It is on a 24-hour basis, and the missions, all 3, if you do them quickly, maybe take you 20 minutes. I'd say anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes is a usual common amount of time for these 3. Unless you get a really annoying assassination mission. But yeah. The second aspect of the problem with the sorties That's funny. Why is the S capitalized in that text? I don't know. Anyway, there's no steel path variant of the sortie. So not only are the rewards underwhelming for the current stage of Warframe, no Archon Shard, which is what everyone wants, right? Which doesn't have enough ways to get, but I digress. It's not a steel path version to get better rewards for later game players, because a lot of this is fodder, to be honest. And it really just needs either a rework or a still path version of it that you could do in place of the non-still path sortie. Because level 80 to 100 offers no challenge whatsoever, to be honest, but it is what it is. Archon Hunt has a similar problem. You do get Archon shards, so it's a little better, and it's definitely worthwhile. But 1 a week is insane, Warframe. Should be at least 2 a week, in my opinion. But I digress. Now we're going to look at this tab. First, I'll show you some anecdotal. Here's one. Graph version of it. One legendary within 300 and something days of doing sorties. If this person can be taken for their word. But yeah. Anyways, here's a list of all the refreshing tasks and objectives that you should be doing in Warframe. Construction progress, these are events. These are more passive counters. Cycle timers for certain events, like thermia fractures, anomalies, daily reset, which resets quite a few things, arbitration. Arbitrations reset quite often. Zero Menton Zero, run by Corpus right now. Steel Path 50,000 Kuva, Steel Essence. Yeah. 50,000 Kuva, by the way. Another weekly timer. And you'll get maybe 1 or 2 of the Kuva drops from the sorties a week. Very underwhelming for later players. Bounty cycles to be farming standing, which is important to get a bunch of late game items from different syndicates. This doesn't include Archon hunts, there's invasions. This doesn't include Steel Path incursions. Anything from the 1999 era, Eve Archimedes and other things. As well as are you efficiently farming your sister and Lich? There's a lot going on in Warframe, right? And sorties are nearly at the bottom of what you need to be doing as far as investment payoff. Especially when they reset every day. It can be so tedious. Just do that day after day after day after day for pennies, honestly. But yeah, that's basically just been my thoughts on Warframe's sortie issue. This is definitely an open-ended video, so if anyone has any input, whether you think I'm wrong, right, something that could be done, couldn't be done, that's my active sister.
And the rest of the corpus, of course.
I didn't mean to do that. Anyway, just leave those ideas and comments down below in the comments. Leave a comment in the comments. Anyways, that's really all. I just think the easiest fix to sorties would be have a still path version with better rewards and higher levels, obviously, to provide more of a challenge. And yeah, it's really just underwhelming. But yeah, that's really all for today. See ya.